Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia offers the widest selection of sports cards and signed memorabilia in the city. For dedicated casual and new collectors, Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia has everything a collector could ask for. Everything we sell is stored with care, and with help from our knowledgeable team, we'll help you find exactly what you're looking for. We carry upper deck hockey card brands like Series 1 and 2, the Cup, Ultimate, SPA, and plenty more. So what are you waiting for? Come down to Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia, Winnipeg's premier sports cards and memorabilia store.
And welcome in, Manitoba Female Hockey League fans, into this edition of MFHL Game Day on G-Show Productions. Another matchup between the Winnipeg Ice, this time at home, taking on the Eastman Selects. Coming up here in the next few moments, puck drop in the first period on your home for MFHL Hockey in Manitoba. Thank you for choosing G-Show Productions to watch this matchup. If you were unable to make your way down to the Hockey for All Center, MFHL Game Day brought to you by Make Canada Fasteners and Tools, Terrico Goaltenders, and Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia. The last time these two teams met was on Saturday in Niverville, where the Winnipeg Ice came away with a victory in overtime. Do we get the same here tonight? As the last three matchups between these two teams going at each other tonight have all gone to overtime. The last two been in favor of the Winnipeg Ice. And one of those matchups coming here at the Hockey for All Center on a Saturday afternoon back in December. That blast blocked on the way through the Winnipeg Ice with it inside of the Eastman Select zone here early on. Picked up by Kay Cairns, who was instrumental in that game-winning goal and setting it up in OT on Saturday in Winnipeg's win. This sent in by Isabella Carrier. And she goes off for a change. By the way, everybody, we're at a bit of a different camera angle here tonight, so apologies if we may go crooked or the camera may shake at points here tonight. All part of the process of trying to make it work here through this unique camera angle we got here tonight. As this sent into the Winnipeg ice zone and chased down by Moisey. Held in at the point, though, by the Selects. Played to the slot to Scott Cook. She couldn't catch up to that one. Ota plays it off the backboards, trying to get that over to Walker. But the Selects intercept down low side of the net. Grunwald able to deny. Held in at the point. Hawes, her shot through. Turned aside. Grunwald somehow able to keep this one out. The Winnipeg Ice goaltender tested hard early on, but she comes away with two massive saves. First, right in front of the net, that quick little pass that Eastman always looks to get to. Create some chaos. Puck held in at the point. Blake Haas with a nice shot on net. But Grunwald, laser focus, zeroed in on that one. In this first period brought to you by Ken Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia. Puck in the corner. Selects pick it up. It's Callie Remillard. Tries to play that to the net, but blocked up by the equipment of Claire Hudson. Normando now had a goal on Sunday in Eastman's 3-1 win against the Westman Wildcats. Turnover forced down low. Grunwald somehow making the save. Rebound there. Somehow keeping it out again. Was number one on a flurry of chances early from this Eastman Select squad. Hawes holding the line strongly here. This one stays down low again for the Eastman Selects. All Selects here early on. Out front, Rigaud trying to find number 5 there in Callie Remillard, but couldn't. As the Selects go off for a change for the players that are able to. The others staying on the check on the forecheck on the cycle. Veda Rigaud, a nice job to keep that in. Busting in from a line change all the way in to keep this inside the Winnipeg Ice zone. Claire Hudson, backhand pass, goes off the boards, finally out for this Winnipeg Ice squad. Gabby Robbins with a huge game, and named player of the game on Saturday on MFHL game day. Tried to keep that puck down low, but couldn't send all the way down into the ice zone. No icing called on the play as that was deemed to be tipped up by Eastman Select's player. Ends up into Grunwald's crease with 17:15 remaining here on your home for MFHL hockey. Thanks for tuning into this one, folks, on G Show Productions. Here live from the Hockey for All Center. So this puck remains inside the home team's end right now. Down low, nice move put on for the Selects. Up top to Carrier, her shot turned aside, not able to get through the traffic. Rebound there, but the Ice able to survive and keep this one out of harm's way. But back in harm's way, Eastman trying to play it to the net. Schroeder's shot just grazing the glove of number 30. Sorry, it's Plett in net tonight for this Winnipeg Ice team, as our starting goaltenders, brought to you by goaltenders a bit late, Isabelle Labossiere for the Eastman Selects as she comes out of her own crease to stop this up, attempting to for her teammate in Veda Rigaud. Georgia Plett getting the start in the other crease for the Winnipeg Ice. This goaltender's your goalie's personal video review service. You'll see more from them later on in this broadcast. Heidinger, nice reception of that pass. Can't get a shot through though, as that's blocked by a shin pad of Ota. Now Walker down low. Some tough checking from the Selects, but Winnipeg looking to get this out, and they do. It's onto the stick of Lexi Remillard. Tries to play that up the boards, but congested there by this Winnipeg Ice team. Izzy Mann able to send this puck in now, but cut off by Beavis. She plays it up the boards to Delaney Rigaud. Beavis off for a change. Heidinger remains out there. Now on to a fresh set of legs for Blake Hawes. Plays that across to Lexi Remillard. Smartly off the boards. Remillard goes to Delaney Rigaud. Sends this cross ice all the way in to the Winnipeg Ice end. As the Selects back on the forecheck. Double teamed in the corner as the Selects player, but getting out of it and keeping it in at the point is Blake Hawes. Picked up by Claire Hudson. Plays a D to Walker. Tries to ship this up with one hand, but can't. Good job contesting that along the boards by Normando. Played to the slot now. That quick shot just wide of the net off of the stick of Callie Remillard. Huge giveaway and huge takeaway there by Remillard, but unable to find her girl who was in the slot. Now up to Kay Cairns as she tries to build some speed before going in. Instead, delays. Cairns protects, gets this to Chloe Nicholas. She has that whacked away, and it's on the stick of Kennedy Carrier, but her cross-ice pass going to be a bit too far for her teammates, so the select just look to go off and get a change here. It's the Winnipeg Ice send this in. First one on it, Wozniacki was dangerous on this rink last time these two teams played. Been dangerous for most of this season. Gets pinned up along the boards. Talia Jones there for support to scoop this loose puck up. Now Schroeder takes it away for Eastman down low. Plays this D to Kennedy Carrier. Now up to Isabella Carrier, but she can't send that attempt of a stretch pass out. As Lazarenko, good job of holding the line. Now Lazarenko plays this to the other point girl in Texiera. But all Texiera can do is send this down low into the direction of Wozniacki. Wozniacki turns this over to another number 8 in Isabella Carrier, who looks to dangle in. Oh, nice defensive play by Texiera on the way back on the back check. Thought that Isabella Carrier there should have just honestly burned her wide. She had the lane, she had the opportunity to, but instead tried to get a bit fancy. Winnipeg here as well trying to get a bit fancy, getting in to the slot. Man, her shot can't get through. As this down low now to Gabby Robbins. Robbins tries to play this to the point, but intercepted by the Selects. Good stick by Alexa Remillard. Robbins back on it. That turned aside by that right pad of Labossiere. Now the Ice look to get the cycle going, but Beavis says not so fast. Able to take this puck away from the Ice captain and hit Scott Cook up the middle. Scott Cook trying to gain a step on Walker. Almost does, but forgets the puck and loses it in the feet of Walker now. Sent all the way down by this Winnipeg Ice squad. Normando reverses this to Hawes. Hawes up to her captain and Dixon, but Dixon double teamed there by Carvalho. Walker along the line. Now Carvalho and Dixon in a bit of a punching match. Finally separating as Carvalho tries to get this puck down low. Scoring the OT winner, number 16 did in Carvalho on Saturday for this Ice squad. So Winnipeg been playing better and better as this season goes along. You might have seen the promo screen to open up this episode, but now up to 15 wins. Only 4 regulation losses on the season and 2 overtime losses. One of those coming to this Eastman Select squad. Well, for the Eastman Selects, coming into this one with a 21 win, 1 regulation loss, and 3 overtime/shootout loss record. 2 of those overtime losses out of the 3 have come to the Winnipeg Ice. As behind the net, the Winnipeg Ice trying to force a turnover into the body of Rigaud. Loses sight of it, but gets it back. Plays it up to her twin sister there in Delaney Rigaud, who kicks it up with her skates. Down deep into the Winnipeg Ice end. Picked up by Delacqui, though, for the Ice. So Winnipeg looks to break this out. All the way down this goes for Winnipeg for an icing. Giving us a stop and play here with 11:45 remaining as Isabelle Labossiere there staying hydrated. Hope you're all having fun watching this edition of the broadcast so far on MFHL Game Day. This edition on this Wednesday night brought to you by Can Central Sports Cars and Memorabilia and our other sponsors. This down inside of the Winnipeg Ice end, picked up by the Winnipeg Ice. And now chipped in by Moisey. Onto the stick of Remillard. Now onto an AP stick, number 22 for Eastman. Tries to kick it back up to herself. Gets it back, but wide of the net. That shot goes. Eastman still controlling, trying to get that to the net, but wide of it goes. As the Winnipeg Ice get it back in the neutral zone, but turned over. Here's the Winnipeg Ice. Carrier, her shot just wide of it. Net occupied by Georgia Platt. Another chance for Isabella in front, but that tip won't get through. This played up cross ice to Chloe Nicholas. Wozniacki cut off by an Eastman player in Hawes. Now to Normando, who plays it off the boards, but out of the reach there for Heiding. The Ice get it back, playing up the middle. Chablik tried to get it through some Eastman sticks, but couldn't find her captain. Now it's picked up by Chloe Carrier, who sends this all the way in to the Winnipeg Ice zone. A bit of physical play down low now, but the Ice work this around. Go D to D again, ×2. Nice cut move there by Carvalho to the middle. She plays this up nicely to Chablik up the boards. Chablik, her shot through, going for the rebound was Carvalho, but it was Isabelle Labossiere who smothers it. So we got a stoppage here with 9:47. 4-3 the shots in favor of the Eastman Selects. So we roll on here, scoreless still in this first period of action. Nicholas Lowe slot pass there to Karen's turned aside by Labossiere. Good concentration there from who was named Week 11 Defensive Player of the Week in Labossiere. Meanwhile, on the other side, it's Plett who makes a nice glove save. Gets a stoppage here, making her 5th save of the night so far. This skated up by the Winnipeg Ice. But Moisey gets taken down. A penalty coming up here. And with that, 2 minutes for interference. The Winnipeg Ice go to the power play for the first time this evening, which will be presented by Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia. Winnipeg, I know at one point we covered them a few months ago. I think actually in a matchup against the Eastman Sluts, we talked about how the power play still had to get going. Well, they're third now in the league with 16 power play goals. We'll see what type of magic they could potentially create here. But that pass, unable to be held in by number 18 in Lazarenko, played it D to D. Now past the Eastman blue line again into their zone, but Eastman able to get it out again. That turned over now onto the stick of Hepner as she intercepts it. Decides to send this just down low all the way, however, before going off for a change. Eastman has had one of the strongest penalty kills here in the league so far this year. And it's a team who also doesn't take that many penalties. In fact, both them and the Winnipeg Ice top 2 in least penalties given up. So, had a chance to talk to Eugene Kaminsky, head coach of this Winnipeg Ice team yesterday, and he said that special teams will be a factor given that context. I'd say so for sure. Take advantage of any opportunity you can get. That's what Winnipeg's looking to do here. They work it down low onto the stick of man. Out in front, tip, but off the side of the net. Goes off of the stick of Robbins. Up top to the point to Delacqui. To Texier. Oh, threads that pass to Robbins off the goalpost. She goes so close to making this a 1-0 lead for the Winnipeg Ice. They maintain possession, though. Getting some fresh legs out as well. Nice job by Dixon to get a stick in the lane. Even better job by Nicholas to pickpocket Dixon afterwards. That shot almost handcuffing Labossiere from the corner there by Mann as the captain heads off now. Nicholas scoops this puck up down low. Supporting well on Jones. Gets it back to Jones, who is now free. But she'll be locked up again. Tied up by Rigaud. Good support from the Ice, however, as they're able to get this right back. Cairns over to Delacqui, up top to Texier. That shot through, rebound there. Kane's backhand. Oh, that turned aside by that pad by Labossiere all the way out for Eastman and the select squad. Able to survive what is a power play that will be coming to an end here in about 2 seconds as we're back to even strength. Ice able to pick it up though. Cairns down low, looking to work this puck. Wraparound chance, but that turned aside by Labossiere. Cairns back on it. Nice dangles there from the rookie, number 12, to Walker. That tipped, just wide of the net. Jones unable to quite catch up to it. So that went off the stick of Nicholas. Out finally for this Eastman team. The Sluts reeling a bit here against an Ice team who just keeps coming. Man, right back out there. Same with the rest of this top line. Drops it to Chablik. Chablik, her shot contested there by a stick of Callie Remillard on the back check. Forced it to go wide. Into the skates, this stretch passed up to Delaney Rigaud. The ice able to work a D-to-D fast enough to beat her forecheck, but turn it over again. Kennedy Carrier just off, or Chloe Carrier, as I should say, off the boards and turns this one over. Was turned over again. Veda Rigaud bringing this in. Trying to go low slot, but unable to find her teammate. So the Selects get this back into the zone. Coming up on 6 minutes remaining in this period of play. The Selects with a lot of good pressure early on in this period, but the Ice surviving it and building some good momentum their way. Able to force Eastman to take an interference penalty early on, or I guess a few moments ago. And Winnipeg with some really good work on the power play, but not quite able to get that puck luck rolling their way in terms of the bounce heading into the back of the Eastman Selects goal. As this down low inside of the Select zone. Going to work Wozniacki, but it'll be Eastman who's able to get this out. Sent in now, deep. Number 22, the AP for this Eastman squad, who we are going to be doing more research in terms of who exactly that is. Of course, this Eastman team dealing with injuries right now. Addison Tomes out for multiple weeks with a knee injury. I believe same with Maya Grenier, but she could be back a bit sooner. Scott Cook trying to drive to the net. That backhand shot wide of it as Texiera tries to get this up the boards. Held in at the point by Beavis as she jumps and trying to get that loose puck as Scott Cook unable to find it. Now Dixon does. Her shot through, almost tipped. Goal there by Heidinger. I believe it was just a clean shot on net there for Dixon. And Beavis plays a D-to-D to Lexi Remillard. Good communication from the bench there from Eastman to help her out on where to go with that puck. As the Ice were looking to creep up there on the forecheck. Chablik tries to send that in deep but couldn't. And with that, 4:19 remaining, another stoppage in play. So we'll get a face-off coming up just outside of the Eastman zone. Bad bounce almost here for the Selects. Almost opportunistic for the Ice, but unable to take advantage of that opportunity as that's blocked up. Eastman surviving it well. It's Veda Rigaud who looks to skate this puck up now. Dishes this to the outside to her twin sister. Delaney tries to get it back to Veda. Almost got her own rebound too, but unable to there for number 17 as the Ice just chipped this one out. All the way down, it should go, oh no, stops up right away. The Ice a bit slow here as this period coming to an end. No trip there called on the play by Chloe Carrier taking a tumble. The Ice getting away with one there. It's D-to-D, this goes now up to Chablik. Tries to fire this cross ice, but into the skates that goes of Jones. Carvalho, nice job to take that away again in the neutral zone and send it all the way back for the Ice to regroup. That stretch pass missing. Hawes up the right side of those boards. So this puck ends up all the way back down into the Winnipeg Ice end. The Selects looking to get on the forecheck. They force a turnover off of it. It's the AP, number 22, who's out there along with Hepner. And number 8, I believe, in Carrier. She had that stripped away. As Carrier sends that right back in again. D-to-D, the Ice go. As the Selects go for a line change. Pickpocketed or intercepted there was that pass by Isabella Carrier. She looks to continue to work in the corner. But she cannot. This is controlled by the Winnipeg Ice now. Played up, I believe, to Robbins, who plays this to Wozniacki. Wozniacki dangles through the middle. As she looks to take this wide on the backhand. Oh, puck hitting a weird spot in the ice as it flipped up, but Wozniacki still able to get this puck free to Cairns, who battles down low now. The same player Wozniacki was in Lexi Remillard. Remillard able to get that puck up, but turns it over onto the stick of Delacroix. Onto the stick of Nicholas, but an offside here called on the play. with 2 minutes remaining in this first period of action. Zistraw won by the Eastman Selects just outside of their own end to Dixon off the boards. She's able to complete this to Scott Cook. How's Heidinger heading to the net? Tries going there to Heidinger, but defended well and taken away there well was number 16, either Claire Hudson or Delacqui. I believe it was Hudson who was there on the coverage. This held in by the Eastman Selects. Turned over into the slot onto the stick of Hudson. She looks to stretch this up, but picked off by number 17, Invader Rigo. Gets this loose to Heidinger, but Heidinger couldn't make a move through. She ends up losing the puck. Off the boards, the ice goes. Sent into the neutral zone, but out of the reach there. Number 19 in Delacqui. Number 15 in Chaplik. So maybe a sign here coming up with a minute left that I may need to get glasses, a prescription for arenas like this where it's a bit hard to see from a distance. Carvalho walking in. That shot turned aside as Labossiere shut the door on the 5-hole. Down low, man in to help with Carvalho, but couldn't get that back to 16 as this intercepted by the Selects. Held in at the line, though, by number 5 in Ota for the Winnipeg Ice. This skips by her. Now, however, as it's Delaney Rigaud, that shot high of the net, missing its mark. It's half a minute to go now, 30 seconds. This puck kept down low for this Eastman Select squad, looking to go to work. They try to pin this up along the boards, but the Winnipeg Ice get it free. Up to Carvalho, who just past the red line, sends this in and goes off for a change. Maybe one more chance for the Selects to stretch the ice up. They can't do it, however, as that pass misses all the way down. Will it be called an ice? And no! Able to beat it out. 5 seconds left into the slot. Carrier trying to find her girl, but intercepted by the ice. And with that, what's been, even though a scoreless first period, a very entertaining one at that. Brought to you by Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia, Winnipeg's premier sports cards and memorabilia store. Check out their store location, 995 Miltz Drive, as well as checking out their website at cancentralsportscards.com. The story of that period, I think the defensive zone from both teams just doing whatever it takes to survive right now with the immense pressure that both of these teams' forechecks have been able to put on. Yeah, like mentioned earlier on in this period, had a chance to talk to Eugene Kaminsky. Asked him what he felt the key would be to another ice victory in this game. He said, well, the Eastman Selects, they like to stretch it up, the ice, and they don't give you many opportunities. And there, the ice unable to quite capitalize on their opportunities, but we can see it as Eastman tries to, stretch the neutral zone. The Ice have been doing a good job of disrupting that as best as they can, not making it easy for Eastman to transition up, right? Even when they do make it into the zone, Winnipeg doing a good job of staying with them, playing a good gap. Georgia Plett had to really be on her A game early on in this one, as it was a swarm of an attack by the Eastman Slugs, but the Ice were able to get back out of it. We're able to generate some good momentum heading their way, and then the Eastman Select showed you how good they can be. Survive until the end in the defensive zone in that first. We're going to throw it to our promo screen here. We'll be back for the second period call on this edition of MFHL Game Day, your home for MFHL hockey here on G-Show Productions on gshow.ca. Thanks for tuning in to this one. If you are, stay tuned for the next 20 minutes coming up in just a few moments here, folks. A few minutes. Zamboni should be back on the ice, and we'll play some commercials too, and also break down what kind of went down throughout that first 20 minutes some more. We'll see you soon, everybody.
Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia offers the widest selection of sports cards and signed memorabilia in the city. For dedicated casual and new collectors, Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia has everything a collector could ask for. Everything we sell is stored with care, and with help from our knowledgeable team, we'll help you find exactly what you're looking for. We carry Upper Deck hockey card brands like Series 1 and 2, the Cup, Ultimate, SPA, and plenty more. So what are you waiting for? Come down to Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia, Winnipeg's premier sports cards and memorabilia store.
Welcome back into the Hockey for All Center here on your home for MFHL hockey on this Wednesday night edition of MFHL Game Day. As these two top teams in the MFHL, the Ice ranked third in the standings, the Eastman Selects ranked first in points with 45 in the standings, a 21-1-3 record for the Ice, in third with a 15-4-2 record. So now both teams are officially back on, but yeah, in what's been another tight game to start things off, the first 20 minutes gone, 0-0. Gabby Robbins with probably the best look at getting the scoring started tonight, and more of the late stages of that first period as she rang the post, beating everything but past Isabelle Labossiere. But as we're in here for period number 2, this next period of play going to be brought to you by Terrico and Goaltenders. For Terrico, serving Manitoba producers for over 80 years in the agricultural industry. Be sure to check out their website at terico.ca for more details. And for Goaltenders, of course, your goalie's personal video review service, as we are officially off here. It's for Eastman Selects. Addison Tomes and Maya Grenier watching behind the end glass inside of the Winnipeg Ice zone right now, as that backhanded towards the net, turned aside there by Labossiere. Beavis trying to get her stick loose, and she does. So it's tangle up there with the Winnipeg Ice player. Eastman able to hustle out now. Shan Scott Cook sends this in deep. Physical number 15 trying to cut off that pass made by Lazarenko, but it was successful to Robbins, as Robbins sends this into the skates of Delaney Rigaud. Almost turned over. Puck alongside the Eastman bench. It's loose to Delaney Rigaud. Tries to make a move towards the goal, but shut down by Lazarenko. Lazarenko just able to get this out, as Joel Normando got the scoring started in Eastman's victory on Sunday against Westman. Played that puck up in the neutral zone into the direction of Callie Remillard, now into the skates of Blake Haas. As Haas tries to chip this into the ice zone. Tire blown there by Lazarenko, no call on the play. Thought maybe could have been tripping, as Delaney goes past, misses the high girl there in Callie Remillard onto the stick of Hallie Chablik. Now onto the stick of Walker. Walker reverses this with Callie Remillard draped all over her. Pass misses to Chablik, held in at the point by Chloe Carrier. That shot off its mark as Plett sticks it aside. Plett almost tested again there, but shot wide of the net from number 19 in Hepner. Schroeder circling around to pick this puck off. It's held in by Rigaud, plays it to Hepner, plays it wide of the net, but in the direction of Isabella Carrier. Played back to Hepner now. Clapham shot wide of the net there from number 19. Veda Rigaud takes a bit of an awkward hit into the boards, and it will be a boarding call coming to number 16 and Cassie Carvalho. So with that, sending it to a Winnipeg Ice penalty kill, a Eastman Select power play. This Winnipeg Ice penalty kill brought to you by Goaltenders, your goalie's personal video review service. Sure to check out their website at Gordy Tomlinson goalies.ca. As this puck dropped, won by the Eastman Selects as they look to work this around. Most power play goals in the league heading into this Week 12 action, as mentioned, at 21. Trying to play this across to Isabelle Carrier was number 7 in Beavis, but couldn't. Beavis now sticks this down low. It'll be picked up by Schroeder. Plays it along the goal line behind it to Isabelle Carrier now off of the stick of Hepner. Back to Isabelle Carrier, down low to Hepner as she looks for options. Gets that taken away by Hudson, but Hudson can't clear. Now back to Hepner. Her shot high of the net, almost testing Plett, but not quite. Tested her reflexes there as reacted to make the save. This is Eastman back on it. Controlling this is Hepner. Drops this back to Rigo. Back up top to Hepner now, who's at the top of the point. Back to Rigo. That shot, glove save made by Plett to stymie Vader Rigo on that power play chance with 58 seconds left of penalty time for the Winnipeg Ice. So they got some fresh legs out on the ice as well. For Eastman, Rigo remains out there. Scott Cook, Heidinger, and Abby Dixon, the forwards. Let's draw one by the ice, but they can't get it out. Vader Rigo plays this across to Chloe Carrier. She threads that through to Dixon, but unable to connect with number 4 as that rattled off of her twig. Dixon gets it back down low to Scott Cook. Spins away. Nice move there by Cook to evade the potential check-in of a Winnipeg Ice player. That pass up to Dixon misses as all the way down to the Eastman zone for the first time on this power play sequence for them. 26 seconds left to work with. Passed up to Scott Cook. Skates this one in. Has a girl behind her in Heidinger. Scott Cook surveying her options now behind the net. She turns back. Protecting this, gets it to Heidinger. Backhand pass to Dixon. To Rigo. Vader. Her shot blocked there by Lazarenko. Can't quite get it out though. A nice stick by Dixon. We are back to even strength as Eastman looks to control this down low. Texiera takes a rub out there by Scott Cook. Man in for support. Plays this into the direction of Wozdesensky, but misses her off the glove. That grazes Pletz. Off of a nice shot by number 11 in Normando. That shot into the chest of Plett this time as the Ice goaltender gets some pats on her jersey from her teammates. So that's her 10th shot faced on the night so far. For the rookie goaltender, she'll be getting set now as this defensive zone face-off draw for Winnipeg coming to the blocker hand side of Plett. Callie Remillard going up against Talia Jones. Remillard trying to win it strongly on the backhand, does just that to Delaney Rigaud. Rigaud gets it right back into her equipment, settles it down and gets it up to Hollis at the point, looking for a deflection but getting none as that sails wide of the net. Talia Jones has this pickpocketed. Sorry, that's another Ice player who had it pickpocketed by Callie Remillard. Back to Remillard. That tipped, but into the equipment of some Winnipeg Ice players. Remillard back up to the point for Normando. That shot, trying to deflect it, was Delaney Rigaud behind her, but hand-eye not quite good enough. This, a misplay at the line as Haas couldn't keep it in. Wozdesensky plays that towards the net where Labossiere will cover things up. Getting the stoppage here with 14:41 remaining in this period of action. Hope you've enjoyed it so far. In the second period, brought to you by goaltenders and Terrico. As mentioned, Terrico serving Manitoba producers for over 80 years in the agricultural industry. Find out why. Check out their website at terrico.ca. This played up Schroeder. As a taken away, though, by Cairns, as Cairns tries to chip it past Lexi Remillard and does successfully. Cairns looked to load up to shoot, but continues to protect it outside. Plays it to the slot for number 4 in Moisey. Moisey backhands this on net. Jones whacking away at it. Or at least I think that's Jones. No, it's actually number 2, Alexia Texiera. who came in from her defensive position to create some chaos in front of the Eastman Selects netminder and Labossiere. Labossiere kicks out that left pad and steered that rebound right to Beavis as Beavis lost the puck trying to kick that out to the outside. It's played up Lexi Remillard. That pass across, unable to go there for number 19, and Hepner as she stretched out for it. Schroeder drawing a penalty in the corner here, or maybe that's Schroeder who's going to take it. 2 minutes for a hook. I believe that's going to be Izzy Mann going to the box, actually. So it's Winnipeg who does take the penalty. So we'll leave Terrico on the screen for another Eastman Selects power play coming up here. Some good work last time out. Unable to find that sweet spot, though, just of yet. Trying to break through, draw first blood in this game. A pass off the boards, misses. Chloe Carrier, that pass into the slot. Now Jones unloads, short-handed, turned aside by Labossiere as this kicked out all the way to Heidinger, who builds up some speed down that right side. Gabby Robbins, great on the back check, though. Hustles down to take this puck away and sends it out of the Winnipeg ice zone. So far, Winnipeg, their best start to any penalty kill they've had so far here tonight. Beta Rigaud scoops up this loose puck. Up to Haas. Haas, her shot blocked there by Robbins as it's just able to make its way out of the zone, getting a Winnipeg ice bounce. Labossiere elects to stay in her own crease, left it for a teammate. This played up. Kennedy Carey. Behind pass to Delaney Rigaud, but number 18 took it in stride. She's clogged up along the boards, in for help. Kennedy Carey picks up this loose puck. Has Rigaud head in low slot, tries to fire this up to the point, but blocked up by a stick of Hudson. Hudson still can't clear it, though, for this Winnipeg Ice squad. Robbins does. Or Woznessensky, that is. It's her and Cairns out there right now. As Cairns gets on it, tries to whack this puck in deep. Same with Woznessensky, who finally does get it into the Eastman zone, but Eastman gets it right back. That contested, or collided by two players. Puck picked up by Lexi Remillard, or Callie Remillard. That is skating in. Going to take advantage of this opportunity. Up to Beavis. That shot wide of the net. With 18 seconds left on the power play, held in by Lexi Remillard. To Delaney Rigaud. Her pass off the mark a bit for Lexi, as Remillard couldn't hold it in. Reese Beavis sends this in deep now, and it looks like another successful kill for this Winnipeg Ice squad against what's been the top power play in the league so far this season by goals at 21. Isabella Carrier chasing down this loose puck into the slot for Schroeder, but maybe not gripping the stick tight enough, or maybe gripping it too tight as that rattled off of her stick blade. And chance out the wayside for this Eastman Selects team. Offside called on the play. So we'll get a face-off coming just outside of the Winnipeg Ice zone now. Mann out of the box to take it, wins it cleanly to Walker, who played it to Ota. Now into the neutral zone, into the feet of Mann, but couldn't contain that puck from going anywhere else. That shot turned aside by Plett. Schroeder crashed the net there afterwards, looking for a rebound, but there was none left there from Plett. Is that the 11th save of the night for the rookie netminder for the Winnipeg Ice? So bring goaltenders onto the screen as this won by Eastman. Chloe Carrier, her shot wide of the net. It's down low for Schroeder. She goes to battle there with Mann. Mann kicked it up, but Eastman contested. Keeps this down low still. Nice on the forecheck. Hepner out there with Isabella Carrier. Laid a bit of a body. Carvalho can't get this out for the ice. She picked it up. Played up. Coming up from the point. Vaderigo dangles to the backhand. Continues. Oh, just wide of the net. That shot went from number 17. Of course, looking for redemption in this matchup tonight. So it was a nice play by Cairns looking back at it to force that turnover in the corner from Vaderigo. But Rigo, you could see how disappointed she was in the moment. Had her head down after it happened. Of course, never a feeling you want as a player when it's in overtime and the giveaway that happens, that leads to the goal, comes off of your stick. That, though, coming from who's been one of the best passers this year in the MFHL, the best out of any defenseman so far. She leads all defensemen in assists into this 2025 calendar year that we're in the 2024-2025 season. This puck sent back into the select zone, given chase on it. Will be Moisey, tries to get that shot on net from the side of it, but unable to register anything on net. So it'll be sent in by number 22 for the select squad, who I believe is Amel Carrier. I could be wrong, but she wears number 11 on the U15 Eastman Select squad, has number 11 on her helmet. Is wearing number 22 tonight. So apologies if we do end up getting that wrong. We'll be making that correction if we did on this week's MFHL podcast, which comes out on Friday morning this week. By the way, Winnipeg Ice fans, you'll be excited for that upcoming episode as Bailey Grunwald joins the show as one of the guests in an all-new edition of the official MFHL podcast, only seen on G-Show Productions. Into the slot, that behind-the-back pass, Delaney Rigaud missing Callie Remillard. As this sent in deep again, Delaney Rigaud right after it again. Callie Remillard in for support. Rigaud battling away. Rigaud now gets that puck to Remillard. Remillard trying to slice her way through the Winnipeg Ice defense, but could not. As Vaderigo has this one turned over to the other number 17, Talia Jones, but a nice recovery there from Veda. She sticked that one away. Isabella Carrier tried to dangle in, pulling that in past Hudson, but Hudson with a good defensive stick. As nice little chip out by Cassie Carvalho had Vaderigo right there on her. Rigaud plays that into the skates of Robbins now. This stretched out by the Eastman Selects, trying to go back into the middle, but that pass cut off by the Ice. Now the Ice play this up, looking for an opportunity, trying to go to Chablik, in tight scores! The same girl who ended Saturday's MFHL Game Day Classic opens up the scoring here tonight, and Cassie Carvalho with that goal brought to you by Terrico. And for the Winnipeg Ice, just seemed like the Eastman Selects just kept calling at them. Winnipeg had a chance to get many chances on net, but Eastman doing a good job to defend on the rush through. That time around, Winnipeg's able to get loose. They have numbers heading towards the net. A pass to Chablik fails at first, but the puck ends up towards the net for the Winnipeg Ice, where Cassie Carvalho is right there to put it past number 1 in Isabelle Labossiere. So it is the home side in the Winnipeg Ice who lead this with 7:20 remaining in the period. Let's see what type of response the first place Selects have. So it's Emile Carrier down low. Takes a bump there from Cairns. Walker in to try to help out Cairns to get this puck loose. But Carrier continuing to battle. Crazy, there's now 4 Carriers on the same team. Out in front, Heidinger turned aside, and that shot ends up on top of the net as the puck sits there. What a pass, what vision from Emil to locate Heidinger, who gets loose and free for a shot. And I'm going to play back the stream here to take a look. Yeah, battle down low. The Winnipeg Ice kind of get mesmerized there, and it leaves Heidinger all alone as that shot, Beavis able to get it through, but not to the net as it was blocked at the last moment. It'll be Beavis who chases this puck down now and plays this up the left side. Onto the stick of Delaney Rigaud. Sends a pass cross ice to Lexi Ramillard, sending that in deep. As Delaney Rigaud clogs the boards down low. Eliminating that pass up from Hudson. Rigaud has it up top to Chloe Carrier. That shot blocked again. Delacqui, a huge one this time as Moisey tries to play that up the middle, but covered up well by the Selects. That stretch pass missing all the way, intended for Talia Jones. Isabelle Labossiere left it for a teammate. Stretched up now off of the stick of Danielle Hepner into the corner. Oh, a bit of a physical play there on Hudson. Lucky that nothing bad came out of it. Carrying now Isabella. High of the net that shot goes as Hepner a bit too hard up the boards. Back to her point girl there in Chloe Carrier. Sent in deep. Eastman going off for a line change. Texiera chips this up the right side. Delay penalty coming up here and called. So it'll be 2 minutes for a hook. This one coming to number 8 in Isabella Carrier. And with that, we send Terrico back onto the screen. So I believe the Winnipeg Ice's second power play of the night had some really good looks on the opportunity they had in the first. I believe that's when Robbins ended up hitting the post at one point on it. She's on the ice right now as the Winnipeg Ice control up top in the offensive zone. Tic-tac-toe across to Robbins. Up top again to Lazarenko. I believe that's Izzy Mann down there, along with Wozasensky out on this PP unit. This all the way out, high stick on the play. Will it be waved off? No, it won't. It's Lazarenko. Was just worried. I don't think she was worried about that high stick being called. More worried about of Eastman selects that one player. I'm not sure who it was, but coming down with speed, trying to get to that puck. Lazarenko secures the mission she was on to just touch it up to eliminate a potential Eastman chance. Getting a bit of a breather for her squad as well on this power play. So Lazarenko picks up this loose puck as Mann was taken out along the boards by Scott Cook. It's on to Carvalho's stick as she stops up, delays, plays it down low, and gets it right back. At the left face-off circle, across to the right point to Lazarenko. Gets it back. Lazarenko, that shot dipping wide of the net it went as Carvalho sends it on net. On this power play, both teams whacking away at it, the side of the net. Eastman trying to get this out, but they can't. Held in at the point by Lazarenko. Whips it across to Carvalho. Down low, right face-off circle, the man. Back up top to Lazarenko. As out in front. Is that a penalty coming up here? So I believe it may be to the Winnipeg Ice. Speaking of Gabby Robbins, she's the one who ends up going into the box. So effectively ending the Winnipeg Ice power play here. For 47 seconds, we'll be at even strength. 4-on-4. As Remillard wins the draw. Kelly, that is, to Beavis. That shot wide of the net. As Remillard trying to get this away from Texiera. Both players battling in the corner now. As Texiera able to come away with this loose puck. Trying to play it up the boards, but can't. Eastman able to hold it in. Loose puck picked up by Delaney Rigaud. Trying to muscle her way through to the net. Drops it off instead to Beavis. Up top to Lexi Remillard. Back to Beavis. To the slot to Kelly Remillard. That shot just wide of the net. It goes. Not testing Plett there. Beavis now stepping up from her point position. Maneuvering down that right side. Slicing through all the Winnipeg Ice players right now. Beavis works her way up top again. Almost miscommunication on that pass, but Rigaud able to hold it in and getting back to Beavis. We're now on to a 5-on-4 here. Beavis being held up a bit by Cairns. Loose puck gets to Callie Remillard, who plays this down low into the direction. Isabella Carrier as Texiera looks to just hold this along the boards with that right skate. 2-3 Eastman players looking to get it out, but they can't quite. What an effort there from number 2 in Texiera. Finally loose, sent into the possession of Hepner, but that pass hops over the stick of Vader Rigaud. It's back down inside the Eastman end. It's Isabel who leaves this for Veda. Nice cut move to the middle there for number 17. Wheeling up, but an offside on the play. A bit of frustration there from number 17 as she turned back up after the whistle was called. Or the whistle was blown, as I should say. It's the straw, won by the ice and sent all the way back down into the select zone. 24 seconds remaining now on this girl advantage. As this gets backhanded onto the stick of Vader Rigaud. Not offside this time. Carries it legally onside as Rigaud into the corner gets rubbed out by Hudson. Schroeder in there for support. Now Hepner, 3 selects players in the corner. Trying to get this loose. Battling away, now picked up by Schroeder. So we're back to even strength. Schroeder now keeps this down low for Hepner. Spins away, trying to go into the slot, but Robbins able to pick it off fresh out of the box. Unable to set it out cleanly, though, as that didn't quite make it past the equipment of Vader Rigaud. It's played up by Chloe Carrier. Now onto the stick of Emile Carrier, whose pass unable to find Dixon. Now onto the stick, Robbins circling, able to thread that through somehow to Wozdesensky, past Scott Cook. Wozdesensky trying to send it to Mann in the slot, but unable to locate her captain as she was covered up well, approaching the final minute of play in this period. Soon, Mann from a sharp angle turned aside by Labossiere. So with that, a minute 25 remains in this second period of action. Score 1-0 for the Winnipeg Ice, courtesy of Cassie Carvalho. As given chase, this puck all the way down onto Ota's stick. Ota takes it behind her own net. Pressure coming, decides to play this up to Wozdesensky, who played it to Mann as Mann played it out of the zone. Sent in deep again as we're into the final play, or minute of play here in this second period of action. Cassie Carvalho whips this across to Walker. Up the left boards, cut off by Emile Carrier. Back on the stick of Ota. Sent in, or not quite by this Winnipeg Ice squad as it's picked off. Emile Carrier has a girl with her, heading to the net, decides to shoot, unloads that one, and Platt turns it aside with a nice right shoulder save. What a moment that would be for the AP and Emile Carrier to make her mark on this one. This looks solid so far as that pass up the middle off of the stick of Walker, or Moisey that is. The Selects back with it in their possession. Puck along their bench boards. Trying to get one last attempt on net from outside of the zone as Lexi Remillard's shot goes wide. And with that, for the second period, brought to you by Terrico and Goaltenders Personal Video Review Service. It's 1-0 for the Winnipeg Ice. Front in the back of the net. A loose puck in front. Getting to it was Cass Carvalho to give Winnipeg the opening goal in this one. 16-13 are the shots in favor of the Eastman Selects. They still trail on the scoreboard, of course, despite that. Heading into The final 20 minutes of regulation here coming up. So we're going to send it to a promo screen here coming up, and you'll hear from our second intermission and third period sponsor in Make Canada Fasteners and Tools. Yeah, both teams continue to play each other tight. The ice, we're able to find a bit of space, a bit of cracks inside of the Eastman zone on their 1-0 goal. Coming down, creating that goal on a 3-on-2. It wasn't pretty how it got to the net, but it got there either way, and Carvalho was right there on the doorstep to put it away. Can the Winnipeg Ice finish things off here tonight and continue to lead in the season series against this Eastman Select squad, or will be the Eastman Selects who come through with a huge third period of action and tie this one up, maybe even win it in regulation, or do we see what would be a third straight OT result between these two teams on the network? Would it be a fourth straight OT between the two teams in general, as the last three meetings in general have gone to extra time? We'll find out here. Coming up in the last 20 miles of regulation on G-Show Productions on gshow.ca. Stick around, folks, for more MFHL Game Day coming up for the third period, live from the Hockey for All Center, on your home for MFHL hockey in Manitoba on gshow.ca and G-Show Productions.
Mid-Canada Fasteners and Tools has been the place to shop for your industrial needs for over 20 years. Carrying the tools you need to get the job done from the brands you can trust, Mid-Canada Fasteners and Tools has you covered. Brands like Milwaukee Tool, established in 1924 and on display in our Milwaukee Red Zone, the largest red zone in Winnipeg. With construction workers and tradespeople in mind, Mid-Canada Fasteners and Tools is your one-stop shop for all your industrial needs. So come on down to our Winnipeg store location today, located on 1557 King Edward Street in Winnipeg, Manitoba.
And welcome back to the Hockey for All Center, formerly known as the MTS Iceplex. I know a lot of people who still refer to this place as that. Kind of like that old debate of, the many name changes that the Winnipeg Jets home rink has had. Now the Canada Life Center started off as the MTS Center. I believe one of my camera operators actually was telling me about this, kind of going on a rant and saying, I still call it MTS Center, even the Bell MTS Center. I guess it was Bell MTS Place, not Bell MTS Center, since there is the Bell Center in Montreal, but enough of that, enough of me rambling about stuff that doesn't have anything to do with the game here. Of course, back at the Hockey for All Center. As the Winnipeg Ice, the home side, up 1-0 with 20 minutes left to play against the visiting Eastman Selects. Eastman comes into this matchup in first place in the MFHL standings with a 21-1-3 record. They're a point up on the Winnipeg Avros. As for the Winnipeg Ice, they're 13 points off of tying Eastman in the standings. They're at 32. So a full 2 points could be huge for them here tonight. Not only, given that they're trying to close the gap on a team like the Eastman Selects, but the Winnipeg Avros are in second place with 44 points. So Winnipeg looking to, of course, get within 10 points of their crosstown rivals there. As for the Winnipeg Avros, they start off their weekend of action in Week 12 here at home on Friday night against the Brandon Wheat Kings. For the Winnipeg Ice, they won't be back in action until Saturday, early evening game at 6:15 p.m. here at the Iceplex, or at the Hockey for All Center, taking on the Central Plains Capitals. For Eastman, they'll also get the day off on Friday. They'll be going to Shoal Lake on Saturday night to take on the Yellowhead Chiefs. Correction here, the Winnipeg Ice are going to be in Portage on Friday night to take on the Central Plains Capitals in the first game of a back-to-back, as Central Plains will be here, as mentioned, on Saturday evening. Then the Ice finish off their busy week of action on Sunday against the Winnipeg Avers at Seven Oaks Arena. For Eastman, they'll be finishing off their weekend against the Westman Wildcats on the road at Hartney at 2 p.m. on Sunday. You can find all of that on the MFHL's website under the standings tab. The GS standings tab, as I should say, as Game Sheets is now involved with the standings and the stats and everything to do with the MFHL website. But yeah, MFHLU18AAA.com is where you can find it. As you can see, the website name also in the bottom right hand of your screen, or bottom right of your screen here. As yes, into the third period of action here coming up, and this one that will be brought to you by MFHL Fasteners and Tools. Your one-stop shop for all your industrial needs in the Winnipeg, Manitoba area. They also got a store in Brandon. Be sure to check it out, as well as checking out their website at mckenfasteners.shop. Cassie Carvalho opening the scoring in the second period for the Winnipeg Ice. Shot 16-13 in favor of the Eastman Selects, as this picked up by Gabby Robbins. Has a girl heading towards the net with her, and Lazarenko, that shot scores! The shot's so good that our camera goes out of focus there. Avery Lazarenko unloads on a crisp pass that she receives from Gabby Robbins to make this a 2-0 lead for the Winnipeg Ice. One of the largest point differentials or goal differentials between these two teams in a while in this season series. The Eastman Selects able to get it into the Winnipeg Ice zone. They make a good defensive play and work that puck up right away. Eastman was caught back with, their forwards a bit back in the play, couldn't get back in time to stop what was a great pass made by Robbins over to Lazarenko, and an even better shot let go by number 18. That goal coming with not even a minute gone in this final period of regulation here tonight so far. As Chloe Carrier flips a pass up to Danielle Hepner, who bats this into the Winnipeg Ice zone deep. Ota played it up the boards, chipped out by the Winnipeg Ice now, and recovered by Beavis. Over to Abby Dixon. Dixon able to get this loose up to Beavis, who chips this in. Recovers it. Beavis loses an edge. No call on the play here, as that could have looked like it could have been a trip potentially, but the ref's letting it go. So the Winnipeg Ice play this back in the neutral zone. Quick pass over onto the stick of Ota. Ota, her shot wide of the net. That goes. Or sorry, it's number 4 in Moisey out there. Ota wears number 5 for this Winnipeg Ice team. Huge hit there on Hudson. That's Hudson right back onto her skates. Taking that hit to make the play. Lexi Remillard, just able to get it back to Beavis, but Beavis with a bit of trouble handling that along the boards. Unable to get it out successfully, but Heidinger back on it. Skates this one out just past the red line, sends it in deep to the opposite corner. Puck back inside of the Winnipeg Ice end. As the Eastman Selects look to control this. Emile Carrier unable to get a handle on that puck. Hawes shoots from the point, but that shot unable to get through. Back on it now. The Selects down low, pressuring this Winnipeg Ice squad. Normando streaking up from her point position, but the Ice keep this one down low. Playing it up the left side to Wozdesensky, who cuts to the opposite side, goes for a skate, loses a handle on that puck inside of the Eastman zone as Eastman recovers it. Quick pass over to Emile Carrier, sends this in deep. Yeah, it's crazy how many players with the last name are out on the ice here tonight. It's already 3 Carriers, as I mentioned, Isabella, Chloe, and Kennedy. Then you add in Emile to the mix. You also got the Rigaud twins and the Remillard twins on this team as well. So family ties run deep here on this Eastman squad. As at the side of the net, trying to bang away at this. Schroeder out there with Veda Rigaud. Hepner at the point. Holds this in. That shot blocked by the Winnipeg Ice once again. Veda, her quick shot from the point, misses the net wide. Isabella Carrier picks this one up down low. Gets tied up along the boards by this Winnipeg Ice squad. So the Winnipeg Ice plays this up the right side, off the boards to, I believe, Chabot. Plays it up to Carvalho, able to get by Chloe Carrier, but Chloe Carrier sticks with her. Low slot scores! this top line coming through again for the Winnipeg Ice. As Hallie Chablik gets to prime real estate and makes no mistake with that shot. It's a nice feed by Cassie Carvalho from down low, who's been engaged in this game in so many different ways here tonight. Nice forecheck, wins the battle down low to get that pass into the slot for Hallie Chablik. It isn't the hardest shot, but an accurate one up and over the shoulder of Isabelle Labossiere. That goal brought to you by Make Canada Fasteners and Tools. Winnipeg Ice almost tied in shots on the scoreboard now and leading by quite a bit, 3-0 right now, with over 15 left to play here in this period still. Chloe Nicholas looking to get an edge there on Lexi Remillard. As Remillard able to bump her off the puck. Beavis cut off by Cairns down low on that pass attempt. Cairns' pass attempt, though, can't find a teammate at the point like she intended to. So Winnipeg Ice get this right back in. Diddy its work to Lexi Remillard, feeds it to Sophia Heidinger. That puck bounces into the corner off of Plett. Of course, in the crease for this Winnipeg Ice squad tonight. Looking really sharp in this action. We'll have to continue to be sharp here as Eastman looking to press. Oh, Delaney, here you go. A little bobbing and weaving through as that shot turned aside. The side of the net held in at the point. D, that goes, but off of the shoulder, that shot grazes Plett. Into the corner. The Selects trying to get this puck loose. A few Ice players also in that same area. This remains along the right side inside of the Winnipeg end. Sent down low, D it goes to Hudson as the Ice get possession of it. Back that off of the boards all the way down into the Eastman zone. Cut off by Talia Jones. That clear out attempt by Hawes. As Jones sends it down low for Wasilewski. Out in front trying to send it there, but cut off. Robbins on it. Gets it to the point to Texiera. Leah Texiera gets it back to Gabby Robbins in the corner. Plays it down low to Wasilewski. Robbins back on it, now tied up along the boards with Normando. But Normando falling to the ice. Robbins standing tall. Oh, finally loses her edge and taken down because of a trip on the play. Thought that Robbins was going to make it all the way through. Not quite able to. We're going to leave Make Canada Fasteners and Tools on the screen here. This power play brought to you by Make Canada Fasteners and Tools for the Winnipeg Ice. Can they make it 4-0 here on the scoreboard tonight? Wasilewski trying to muscle her way through. Contested well there by a Selects player as Hepner gets this all the way down deep. As for the Eastman Selects, looking for some type of spark here on the penalty kill, maybe to get the momentum shifted their way. Over halfway left still here in this period. Them to potentially get back into it, but it starts with a huge kill here. Do they have it in them late in this game? Loose puck picked up by Izzy Mann. Plays it across to Carvalho. That shot deflected. Is unable to get to the net. Went off of Robbins as she's in some pain heading back to the bench. Holding one of her arms. Lazarenko. It's a goal in this period already. Plays it up to the point to Carvalho. Back to Lazarenko down low. Up top to 16. That shot wide on net. Looking for a tip. Almost a rebound off of the backboards for the Ice to take advantage of. But not to be. Ends up in the slot. Loose puck still there. Scott Cook trying to clear it away. But good sticks from the Ice. Take it away from her being aggressive. It's played up to the point. Lazarenko tipped just wide of the net there. Off the backboards, it goes, and still held in by this Ice team. Loose puck, battling away at it in front. Nicholas along with Carrier. Nicholas turned aside by Labossiere. Puck sent out. Winnipeg Ice sending it back in. Labossiere sticks out that paddle to slow it up for a teammate. But that not meant to be as the Winnipeg Ice get this right back. Aaliyah Texiera tries going to the slot there for Jones. Good stick by the Selects. Take that away to intercept it. Now a blast out of the zone there from Scott Cook. As with that, we go back to even strength. A huge kill here for this Eastman Selects team. Still with a bit of time to work back into this one. Now you got to worry about just getting that first one. But hard on the forecheck. Both players going hard on the boards there. Number 16, Cassie Carvalho, will be the culprit here. She took down Lexi Remillard. Labossiere heads to the bench as extra attacker will come out. Now Delaney Rigaud loses her balance. The Selects keep this puck in. They keep possession of it. As another player goes down below the goal line. We'll get one call at least here coming up. .10:49 remaining, sending Mick Fasters and Tools back onto the screen, meaning we got another 5-on-4 coming up, this time for the visitors. 2 minutes to Cassie Carvalho for tripping. The Winnipeg Ice look to shut down the power play with the most goals on the PP so far this season. Vader Rigaud passes that off to Isabella Carey, who sent it down low to Hepner. Hepner sends this across now to Chloe Carrier. Plays it back down low. This is up top to Veda. To Callie Remillard. Back to Hepner. To Veda Rigaud again. Nice move at the blue line by Rigaud. Able to get it to a teammate. Rebound there, but Eastman unable to take advantage of it. It's to Hepner. Surveying her options. She decides to shoot, but unable to get through a block. It's been huge all night for this Winnipeg Ice squad, being able to get in the lane time and time again. Veda Rigaud passes this off. That shot turned aside, or maybe just grazing off of the shoulder of Plett. Nonetheless, puck out, as Winnipeg able to get a change here with half remaining on the power play. Just under a minute now. So now Veda Rigaud passes cross ice to Scott Cook, who stretches this towards the Winnipeg Ice blue line to Heidinger. Heidinger tried to get that down low, but couldn't to a teammate. As it'll be the Eastman Selects who are back on this. Reese Beavis up to Scott Cook, to Dixon, plays it across to Lexi Remillard, who's able to enter in with success. Legally speaking, with no offside on the play that time. Well, Veda Rigaud was called for an offside earlier on in the second period. As the Winnipeg Ice almost out of another penalty kill here. Maybe not. That shot down low, rebound there, but Heidinger can't come away with it. This tripped up. Carvalho was looking to change, but she stays on, knowing that that puck's close to her and able to create a turnover on the forecheck. She finally goes off for a change. Down low, Lexi Remillard. Double team there by Talia Jones. Moisey also in the area, but nice job by Lexi Remillard to hold her ground. Got that puck loose to Scott Cook. Up to Delaney Rigaud. Tries to chip and go, but can't. That cut off as the Winnipeg Ice turn up possession into the Eastman Select zone now. Down low, Wozdesensky. Strong to evade the check in there, standing on her skates against Emile Carrier. Emile back on it, played it to Hawes. Is this now played up on the stick of Delaney Rigaud in the neutral zone? Rigaud contested there along the right side, but still walking away at it against Ota. Ota gets this loose, and now it's to Moisey. Moisey able to play this all the way out. Sorry, it's Chloe Nicholas out there. along with Woznесенский. Lazarenko forcing Armando to send that all the way down into Eastman Select zone. Just over 7 minutes remain here in a 3-0 hockey game in favor of the home side on the Winnipeg Ice. Federico pressure there by Cassie Carvalho. Almost forcing a turnover there with 16, and she does just that. Lazarenko picks up this loose puck. Shielding it. Takes it opposite side now around the net. Up top to the point to Texiera. Flips this into the corner for Mann. Keeping it down low for Chabluk. Evades the check-in there of Chloe Carrier as Chabluk stood on her skates. Carrier took a spill. Into the skates, Vaderigo kicks it up to herself. Had her stick taken away into the body of a Winnipeg Ice player. That now taken away from number 19 and Hepner. That's now Aaliyah Texiera coming in down the right side. Turned aside by number 1 in Labossiere. With 6:20 remaining. Number 1 for this Eastman Select squad continues the battle until the very end. And for Labossiere, she's been playing a lot of hockey as of late. With the injury to Tomes, they did call up a goaltender last week, of course, to back her up. No backup goaltender tonight, I believe, for the Eastman Selects. And yeah, Labossiere, she's played in at least 4 straight games. Played 3 games in a row on the weekend, so I mean, hey, look, these are young athletes, right? They're still in their youth, and hey, maybe the work factor doesn't play as huge of a role given their age, but that's a lot of hockey in a limited amount of time for Labossiere, and came away with 2 wins on the weekend. Lost once, of course, that one coming in overtime to the Winnipeg Ice. As Normando puts on the brakes, tries to fire to Callie Remillard to connect with her, but couldn't. As Remillard has this stripped away from her down low. The ice work at D2D. Is trying to thread it through the middle in the neutral zone, but couldn't get it there to Jones. D2D the ice go. So they look to attack up ice again. Sent out of the reach of 2 ice players, and Jones and Woznесенский all the way down for an icing. With 5 minutes left exactly on the dot to go in this one. Coming up on 9 o'clock on this Wednesday night. Hoping everyone's been enjoying this one here tonight. I know for Ice fans more so than Selects fans, given what the outcome looks like right now. 3-0 the Ice. Looking to close this one out here in the next few minutes of regulation, while the Selects looking to finish strong, and maybe, just maybe, you get one and you could start a late period comeback here though. But the Winnipeg Ice, way too structured, way too sound in their game so far here, at least in the late stages, getting stronger and stronger, looking to not let that happen. Isabella Carrier gets this puck back, plays it across to Hepner. Hepner had to take it with one hand as it was a bit behind her. Sends it in deep. Hepner hounding Ota on the forecheck. So number 5 has some help. Her captain, Izzy Mann, coming in for support. As off the boards, the Winnipeg Ice go this into the neutral zone. Vaderigo has that puck knocked off of her stick, and it's dropped over to Beavis. Now the Ice able to send it in. Walker in deep. Beavis back on it. Has Scott Cook with her. Heidinger up ice. Beavis decides to go for a skate. Nice moves there by number 7. Another nice one, but unable to quite catch up to that loose puck. As the Ice able to get it out back into the ice zone. With about 3:30 remaining here. Pass stretched up. And oh no, for the Winnipeg Ice. Some mismanagement at the benches on the change. results in an icing as we leave McCann Fasteners and Tools back on the screen. They'll have Moisey serve this. This power play brought to you by McCann Fasteners and Tools for the Eastman Selects. Been a frustrating night for this group as they've had their chances on net. They just haven't been able to capitalize. So they'll pull the goalie as well to give them some extra help. A 6-on-4 here now as that shot turned aside. Plateau rebound scores! A fortunate bounce for the Eastman Selects goes off of, I believe, the right arm. Of number 16. Is that number 16? No, number 18 in Delaney Rigaud. The Selects' leading goal scorer. Scoring what's a huge goal late in this game for the Eastman Selects. With 3:18 remaining, you cut the lead down to 2. It's not like you've been playing bad in this one at all. It's just the Winnipeg Ice have come through on their opportunities. Worked well to create them in their favor. And now it's going to be interesting to see, can the Selects will their way to potential comeback victory in this one. Got to take it one goal at a time, of course, but so hard to when you're down here by 2 with almost 3 minutes only left to play. Hepner plays this puck out. Eastman's mission here to get this in deep, to get Labossiere back on the bench. You have to have possession of it, of course, but to get an extra attacker out again. So they're able to apply the pressure. Winnipeg, they got other plans, though, not allowing for Eastman to get out of the zone right now. This just chipped in by Hepner to force it deep inside of the Winnipeg Ice end. Off the boards up to Hallie Chablik. That pass up, missing all the way. Will it be strong enough for an icing? And it won't be. The refs wave it off. Would have been a huge break there for the Selects if that was the case. They'll have to continue to battle away to get into the zone. Labossiere goes to the bench now. Heidinger gains possession of the ice zone. As we're on to a 6-on-5. Held and stripped away by Heidinger. That shot blocked on the way through. All heart, but not quite enough there on that finish from number 16. Under 2 minutes to play now in this period of action. As the Winnipeg Ice battling a player, number 10 and number 18 collide. Carrier and Lazarenko at center ice. No call here on the play as Vader Rigaud brings us in now. Down the left side, that shot off of a blocker. Plett strong on the save there was Georgia. Up now to the point to Chloe Carrier. Fans on this one. Taken down now, no call on the play. Eastman looks to regroup. Waiting for Carrier to get back on side, and she finally does. Rigaud trying to whip this across. That's Veda into the slot for Delaney, but couldn't get a handle on what was a loose puck at the time. Hepner looks to go for a skate now, but she'll be stripped away by Kate Cairns. What effort from Cairns off the side of the post. She went for the rookie. Would have iced this one for sure, but we play on with under a minute to go now. Officially, Vader Rigaud's shot turned aside into the corner. Is this all the way down for an icing this time around? So we'll see. Laird the look. Does he call a timeout here for his group? Does Eugene Kaminsky call a timeout for a group that is going to remain out here tired? Always an entertaining finish between these two teams, no matter the score. And it is Laird the look who does take a timeout. So the benefit to them on this icing is that, of course, they can get fresh legs out on the ice if they want. The ice can't. The face-off, of course, comes back into the ice zone. And in a situation when you're pulling the goalie, gives you a bit of a head start having that offensive zone face-off in there. Now, you got to win the draw. That's important. That's going to be the key here. Whichever team can win the draw. If the Winnipeg Ice end up winning the draw, how does Eastman play it off of the attack? Can they get the puck back off of a forecheck right away? Or do the Winnipeg Ice just eat the clock at that point and try to play some keep away with some good passing? getting past the red line and dumping it in is the MO, of course. So you'd have to think for this Winnipeg Ice team with 51.9 seconds left. It's been another great game here from Hockey for All Center. As this draw along the boards, it was won by the Selects. It's now behind the net. Delaney Rigaud gets it to Isabella Carey. Up top to the point. Normando just able to hold that in. Chloe Nicholas, though, going hard at her, trying to get it out herself. As finally does. Huge stick there from number 6 to get this out for Winnipeg. As Chloe Nicholas tried to get back on it. It's played up. Wozdesensky heads to the net. Oh, huge save there by the stick of Normando with 17 seconds left. Normando being held in the corner there by Kate Cairns. Up to the boards to Hepner. Blocked by Normando again. 2 huge blocks there by number 11, but it won't matter that much for Eastman in terms of them trying to get back to win this game as they fall for a second game in a row against the Winnipeg Ice. As that makes it your final here tonight, MFHL fans. Up 3-0, gave up a late period goal here in the third. And Eastman continued to push and push until the end, but you got to really credit the effort that the Winnipeg Ice had in their defensive zone here tonight. From the first period on, whether it was, surviving the way they did, clearing pucks away from the front of the net, occupied by Plett, whether it was getting to the lanes, blocking shots the way they did, or just staying tight on the Eastman Selects and not giving them much room at all to work with, as this game went along. Winnipeg's defensive zone game was really sound here tonight. They get outshot 21-17, sure, but allowing that many shots against a team in Eastman who is shown that they can put up high volume in that stat category. Also a huge part of this victory tonight for this Winnipeg Ice team coached by Eugene Kaminsky. That's humming right now. 3-0 in their last 3 contests. They got a busier weekend this weekend than last as they only played 2 games. 4 games on the schedule this week. Back-to-back on the weekend. This is exactly how you want to start it. And yeah, once this team was able to get their cycle going, to get their forecheck going, you could tell it really did seem to aggravate this Eastman Selects team. And that's, I think, becoming sort of a key in these victories for the Winnipeg Ice, is just the constant pressure they put on the D, not letting up. It starts to wear on this Eastman Selects team, and at times we see kind of panicked with the pucks. We've seen more giveaways, and that's gone into the Ice's favor. But hard battle tonight again between both of these squads. A game that looked like for a while it could have gone either way until the Winnipeg Ice started to really break it open. Cassie Carvalho was an absolute gamer tonight for the Winnipeg Ice with a few points on the night. She was getting physical and into everything, and she ends up getting the player of the game for the Winnipeg Ice. We start off with the winning side. Brought to you by Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia for this broadcast tonight. Cassie Carvalho got the scoring going for the Winnipeg Ice with that huge goal. Set up a nice goal to Hallie Chaplik as well in that third period. Going to work on the forecheck and finding an open girl in the slot. Great vision there. Great hockey IQ from number 16. And not only a smart player, but a player that works extremely hard, plays with a bit of an edge in her game. We saw that here tonight, and a huge part in this Winnipeg Ice victory, as their play of the game goes to, of course, Cassie Carvalho. The losing side for the Eastman Selects, brought to you by Mick Hand Fasteners and Tools. You know what, we're going to give this one here tonight. Let's see. We're going to give this one tonight, I think, to... Let's give it to Veda Rigaud. Veda, I mean, they had a game afterwards against the Westman Wildcats for her to respond and regroup from what you could call a costly error in that game on Saturday. But I thought that
Vaderigo here tonight really led the way in many ways for the Eastman Selects, creating a lot off of the rush, establishing the zone well here tonight for this Eastman Select squad. I thought that she was creating some great chances from the blue line inside of the Winnipeg ice zone, and for the most part, doing a really good job in her own end of making, the first pass right, and even when she wouldn't, she'd recover well and end up getting it to safety afterwards, right? Even when she looked like she was getting beat, a good defensive stick, good defensive gap was on display here tonight for Veda. Of course, not the outcome her and team wanted as they go back to Niverville. Well, for the players from Niverville going back to Niverville, disappointed. The Rigaud sisters, of course, coming from Winnipeg, but Veda tonight standing out for me in this Eastman Selects loss. And their play of the game brought to you by McKenna Fasteners and Tools, your one-stop shop for all your industrial needs here in the province of Manitoba. Sure to check out their website at mckennafasters.shop, as well as their store locations in Winnipeg and Brandon today. Both teams will be back in action coming up this Friday. Or no, this weekend, that is. The Ice will be back in action on Friday at 7:45 p.m. in Portage La Prairie to take on the Central Plains Capitals at the BDO Center for the Community, while the Eastman Selects, they take a huge road trip out to Shoal Lake to take on the Yellowhead Chiefs at 7:30 p.m. on Saturday night. Thank you to McKenna Fasteners and Tools, goaltenders, Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia, as well as Terrico for sponsoring another edition of MFHL Game Day. Thank you to you, the viewer, for tuning in, MFHL fans, or hockey fans alike in general. The Ice seemingly have the Selects number here late in 2025, in the 2024-2025 season. I'm sure we'll see these teams potentially match up against each other in the playoffs again, but until next time, folks, I've been your host, Graham the G Show Forsyth, and your play-by-play commentator, saying so long, and thank you for tuning in to another edition of MFHL Game Day on your home for MFHL hockey on G Show Productions on gshow.ca. The final in this one, the Winnipeg Ice take it, this time in regulation against the first place Eastman Selects. Winnipeg moves to 34 points in the standings, while Eastman remains in first with 45. Have a good one, everybody. Take care. Thanks for watching.